Hey Virgos, how are y'all tonight? Yeah, welcome to my channel, Empress Be Healing Energy. My name is Brittany, and we are going to get started on your love reading for tonight. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying the season. Let's go ahead and jump into the prayer. Thank you so much, Spirit, for aligning my path and keeping me safe. Please give me clear messages. All right, clear, responsible messages for all of my viewers, anybody that may be watching. All right, and anything that is not of the divine, I ask the door be shut on it immediately. Thank you so much for your protection and your guidance. Thank you so much. All right. So as you can tell, I don't know if anybody has like watched more than one of my videos. I don't do the same like prayer every time. I kind of just let it just roll off the dome, honestly. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to use my tea leaf cards here. They're a little hard to handle just because of the circular shape, but they're fun to use. I really, really do like them. All right, so let's go ahead and use these to get our preface for what's going on with you guys as far as love is concerned, and then we'll get into the depth of it all with the tarot, okay? All right, Spirit, what do you have for me for Virgo? What's going on with Virgo? Okay, we got 2 straight off the bat. We have wreath, sorrow over a loss. Okay, so my condolences if you've lost anybody. And it's still taking a toll on you. I really do send you lots of prayers and good vibes and hugs and love and all of that. All right, and fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Shrewdness. So that could be... I don't know who that could be, but, you know, it could certainly be you for sure. All right. And that is getting to the top by any means. Who knows? But, you know, Virgos are known to be perfectionists. So, you know, you could just be climbing the corporate ladder or just wherever you're at. You are making sure to do your best so you can stand out. Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. All right, yeah, so there could be some type of like workplace beef or something like that. There's somebody that is, you know, trying to get in your way or what have you. All right, but Spirit is saying do not back down. You know, keep your best foot forward and don't let nobody punk you in there, okay? Crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Or enterprise is really sticking out to me because of what we already have out here. So you could be trying to start your own like business or project here. All right. As well. So I'm seeing somebody maybe into like film or something like that. Oh, you want to do all of that, really? Peacock, beware of great pride. Yeah, shrewdness stuck out at me on that fox card. All right, so definitely be confident, but don't be cocky. There is a big difference, okay? So Spirit wants you to keep that in check. Okay, no arrogance, but definitely confidence in whatever you're trying to build here, okay? Let's do one more. I love these, and it's so many, you know? I don't want to miss anything. Hammock. Taking a vacation physically or mentally. You could need to take a vacation. I feel like whatever workplace pressures or even whatever type of pressures you're dealing with, especially if you have an op around you, you need to be able to unplug and get that pressure up off your back, okay? So you're able to reset and come back, you know, strong-minded and ready to take on whatever you need to take on here. All right, so now we're going to get into our love table, all right? Yeah, with the 3 of Pentacles just turning itself around, you could definitely be working with a few people. And there's somebody that's like trying to step on your toes here. This may not be a love reading. I don't know. Because it's not giving me that. You know, only thing that could possibly be giving me that is birth or conception of a child. But all of these other cards here, it's not giving... you could have lost somebody that you were romantically involved with. And like I said, my condolences. You could be just trying to throw yourself into your work here. But yeah, it's really time for you to be able to unwind. Okay, you really, really need it. Your mind is tired. And you've not been able to grieve properly for just throwing yourself into whatever you do, okay? So let's go ahead and do that and when we can, all right? It's good for you, all right? We don't want to run our bodies into the ground, you know, before it's our time, all right? So there could be like an admirer or something, or maybe you're just not focused on love at all, okay? So let's just see what comes out here. All right. What do we have for Virgo spirit? What's sorrow over a loss here? Yeah. Oh, the Three of Swords. Okay. It could be a bad breakup. It doesn't even have to be somebody that like passed away. But I feel like there is definitely some heartbreak that's keeping you, you know, in a funk. But you're trying to keep yourself out of that by overworking yourself. Okay, so we don't really want to do that. We don't want to do that. Three of Pentacles just showed itself again. That Three of Pentacles really wants to show itself. But I don't want to put that in the wrong slot because I'm going off of my made-up table that I have here. Okay, I've shown this in one other reading, but I kind of made up my own table here to do my readings with for love readings. It's not going to be used for every love reading, but it's fun to use for the first time since I wrote it out, like literally years ago. This is like 3-year-old paper, literally. All right, but yeah, I'm so sorry. You know, it seems like there's something that is really, really, it's leaving a stain and a mark on your heart for sure. And this is not something that you've been able to get over, okay? But I feel like you're trying to push it down, like suppress the pain of it all. You could be just grieving a relationship or a person. And I'm sorry to hear that, okay? How do you appear? You appear grounded, Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles is, you know, it's fitting, all right, for my Virgo goddesses out there. Yeah, it's like you're really putting your mind into your work here, but you seem level-headed, okay? This is how you're appearing to everybody. All right, but deep down, you're dealing with some deep-rooted pain and grief. But that's not what you're showing people. You're keeping the poker face on, which could be a bit of protection for you as well. You don't want anybody asking you what's wrong. You know what I mean? You're somebody that is definitely private. You deal with whatever pain and internal battles on your own, and you rather do them in solitude. And I feel like I said, that's a protection mechanism that you're doing because you're scared of somebody seeing you the way that you feel on the inside, as to where they ask you, you may lose all control of your emotions, and that's not something that you want to do. So you're very well at you're very good at pushing down anything that you don't want to be seen here. All right. That perfectionism in you is making you want to do that. But, you know, Spirit wants you to be vulnerable. And, you know, even if you don't trust people around you, go to somebody that you do trust and, you know, be able to use something as an outlet, somebody or something as an outlet, because it's healing. Okay. So there's some healing that you need to do. There's something that you really need to bring to the surface to face. All right. And it could be the weight of this breakup or the loss here. All right. What is it that you want? What does Virgo want? Oh, that's too many, honey. But I'm going to take the one that came out first when I turned it all around. Justice. Okay. Libra energy. You could be a Virgo, Libra cusper. All right. You don't have to be, though. Okay. So it's giving more like, you know, you were done wrong, like a breakup or something like that. And I feel like that what you want is to be, what is the word I am looking for? Redeemed here. I feel like there is somebody here that you feel kind of got away scot-free. You could be watching them somehow, you're seeing them and they seem to be okay, doing just fine. And I feel like that's a painful thing for you, because your experience after the breakup could look completely different from this person's, and that's not all right with you. You know what I mean? Which That's a hard pill to swallow when you see somebody that seemingly looks fine after something that could have been so traumatic for you. It's like, well, damn, bitch, you ain't like, well, I'm over here all fucked up and into pieces and you seem to be doing just fine. You know, it makes you feel like foolish in a way. So putting on a poker face is definitely something that I feel like you felt like you needed to do in order to keep on going. You know, because I think that you took a hit in your ego when you saw how unaffected this person seemed to be after the separation here. Yeah, so you want your just due. You know what I mean? I wouldn't call it revenge, but I do feel like you feel like you've been treated unfairly here. All right. How does this other person feel? How do they feel? I mean, I feel like I've already, you know, but we're going to see. Knight of Swords. It came out like sideways here. Okay. So this person definitely has some strong feelings here. They got their mind focused on something. That what? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't feel like their focus is on this situation. I feel like they are looking in another direction, doing what they want to do. And they got their head somewhere completely different here. Yeah. This person is being very impatient about something as well. What? I don't know. I don't know. I actually want to get a clarifier because this is stumping me a bit. My intuition isn't really helping me with this one. So I'm going to see what all of this is about, what this energy is when it comes to this person. But I do feel like y'all are like on two completely different paths here. Temptation will test you. Yeah, this person, they got their eyes set on somebody else here. And I feel like that's why it seems like this person just was so emotionless and unremorseful about the way that they separated from you, because they set their sights on somebody else, okay? And, you know, that's what it normally is. Whenever the other person seems to be all right, they already had something else in mind that they're trying to do. And you were just something to get out of the way. And I hate to say it harshly like that, but I mean, that's how it normally is, you know? But I hope that they find what they're looking for. I sure fucking do. I really fucking do. And I hope that they end up eating their words. But, you know, who knows, honey? Who knows? This person could have gotten somebody pregnant. They could have gotten somebody pregnant and they're all happy. Okay. And wanting to go in that direction here. But I'm feeling like this person is, they're giving arrogant, okay? It's like they know it all. Like they know that they made the right decision here. They're not questioning themselves. None of that. They're like, yeah, I did it, and so what? This is like a narcissistic type of situation here. I felt like everything seemed to be fine, which I feel like is why this hit you hard. Like everything seemed to be fine. And then all of a sudden, this person started acting different, you know, not really putting any effort into the relationship. And then boom, you know, you come home and you see like all their stuff gone, or, you know, you get that text, you know what I mean? Something to that extreme, like that extreme where it was a harsh cutoff. Yeah. How is this person appearing, Spirit, to Virgo and everyone else here? How they appear? Okay, so the 4 cups in the reverse. Okay. So, like you said, they don't seem to be bored or anything or nothing like that. They seem to be quite content here. Okay. they're not wishing or wanting for anything. It's almost like they feel like they hit the jackpot here. Like they made like the right decision, and you know, and they did it with confidence, and they are so sure of themselves. You know what I mean? They feel like what they did is justified for damn sure. Like, yeah, they feel like what they did is justified. Very prideful person. Very. But I feel like it's going to be to their detriment. I feel like, you know, karma is going to be making a visit to them, you know, one of these days. Okay. I feel like also this person here, this person is very much about their bag. And I feel like they think they found the perfect balance in somebody else for what their goals are. This person is more goal oriented than heart space, you know, than delving into their heart space. This person is practical. You know what I mean? They could be a Capricorn. They could be a Taurus. You know, they could have Earth in their chart as well. Yeah. All right. What do they want? What does this person in Virgo's life want? Yeah. 8 of Pentacles. So there is a business idea that they have, okay? And I feel like that's what they want to focus on. And they have like this partner that is ideal for getting them to whatever goal that they have, whatever goal they're trying to reach here. They feel like they can reach it with this other person more so over you. But I feel like you're just being heavily slept on. I mean, that's just, I just keep side-eyeing these fucking cards. And I feel like that's how you feel. I feel like this person's putting on a really good show. You know, just being very, just very callous and cold in the way that they are acting like everything is just peachy. Yeah, this person definitely wants to remain. Yeah, and I had when I picked this up, it was in the reverse on the floor. The Chariot in reverse. So yeah, I feel like this person though, they feel like they're gonna do whatever they need to do to get where they want to get, no matter who head they got to step on. Like they're gonna do it. But I feel like it's not gonna end up the way that they think, especially not with this person. I feel like this person's being sold a dream as well, and that's gonna come back to bite them. It just is. This whole shit is just crazy. What's the mutual current energy between the two of y'all, if there is any? Mutual current energy, Spirit? Judgment. Yeah, I mean, that makes all the sense. You made up your mind. You moved on. You know what I mean? Of course, I feel like it took you longer to heal. And it's good, and it's taking you longer to heal, but you definitely know you're never going to give this fuck ass person a chance ever again. As you shouldn't, you know what I mean? And of course, this person here, it's like y'all both are on the same page as far as never again with each other. All right. Which honestly, I feel like that's a blessing in disguise. Is it even in disguise? I mean, it could have been, because I do feel like for you, you thought that this person was worth going the long haul with. But unfortunately, people really show their true colors when they are very, you know, just surface level and materialistic, and they don't really go off of emotion. This person is very practical minded, and you ended up making this person like the key to your heart. And that's a dangerous thing to do, but I feel like you've learned that you'll never do that again. But don't close yourself off. I feel called to say that. Don't close your heart off. You know what I mean? Because just because this person was a jackass doesn't mean that every man or woman you meet is going to be that way. You're just going to meet rotten people that have to teach you lessons. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, until we are evolved enough, we're not going to be with the person that we're going to be with forever. You know what I mean? When you're dating, you run across certain people, you learn lessons, and you move on. Don't ever close your heart off to new love. All right? Because I feel like it is definitely, it's meant for everybody. All right? Anybody that can love, I think deserves to have love. You know what I mean? So keep your heart open, you know, keep yourself aligned, go on that vacation, please. Okay, I really do feel like that's necessary. I got one more to pull. Possible future outcomes for Virgo. Possible future outcomes for Virgo. Ace of Cups. Yeah, there's going to be love right around the corner for you. It may not be here for months or maybe a few years, maybe next week. You never know. But Spirit is saying, don't let this discourage you. Don't let it discourage you. All it was meant to do was teach you the lesson so that when you get into the next situation, you'll be better prepared. Okay? And you'll be able to pick up on the signs you need to pick up on, you know, that determines whether you are, you know, should stay there. You know what I mean? So, wow, that's great. Yeah. Right now, go out with some friends. You know what I mean? Have some drinks, have fun, blow off some steam here, okay? You definitely deserve it. Until the very next time, my Virgos, love and light, all that jazz. Peace.